My 21F boyfriend, 27M, cheated on me with a coworker and I still can't get over it and it's annoying him. Me and my boyfriend had been together for like 7 months before he cheated on me. It was with a coworker. I always felt insecure and jealous. But I never told him because I thought it was my problem if I was jealous and he never gave me a reason to be. Then in a work party where I went with him, another girl explained everything to me. And she told me that not only he cheated on me but probably a lot of people of the office knew. I was obviously very hurt by this and ashamed to be in that situation, so I left without telling anyone. He showed up at my house and said it was true and apologized. It has been 4 months since that. He still works closely with that coworker, but he always comes home after work and stopped hanging out with people at the office except a few of his male friends and coworkers. I would say this month's could have been the best in our relationship. We always go to dates and he takes me to all the places I like. When we were under lockdown he would plan all this home plans. I have no way to know if he's faithful to me, and that's what a relationship should be about. About trusting him. But he still works with that coworker and that makes me anxious. He's been getting annoyed at me because even after all this time I can't help but not 100% trust him, and sometimes I'll find myself questioning where he's going. In the past month, for example, I ended up calling him in 3 different occasions to know where he is when I know I could just text him. I really want things to go back to normal. But how? How can I get over this? I need advice on how to address this in a healthy way with my boyfriend. And I don't even know how to bring that up with him. Because I feel like it's been a long time ago and I should be over this, and my boyfriend probably thinks the same. Too long, didn't read my boyfriend cheated on me a few months ago and I can't get over it. I don't know how to address this both with him and myself to finally leave this behind.
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
It takes on average 4 years to overcome infidelity. And that's with couples therapy, and with the cheating party staying sorry the entire time. He screwed up, and if he doesn't want to actually make things right, then you're gonna have to break up so you can find someone who actually respects you. You're only 21. You haven't invested that much time in this relationship. You need to end it. He cheated on you half a year in. That's not relationship material, man. He's a loser. Don't force yourself to try to get over it, get out. You will eventually be a lot happier and find someone who respects you. My 27F boyfriend, 24M, has a history of cheating. I'm thinking of leaving, friends think I'm crazy. Advice? We've been together 3 months. We get along very well, have similar goals, it's all just been generally awesome and I've been falling for him hard. Full disclosure, I had a serious boyfriend who cheated on me, so I'm paranoid as duck. My boyfriend and I had a conversation last weekend that freaked me out. He was talking about his ex-girlfriend, Shayla. They broke up about a month before we started dating, so this is very, very recent. They were together for 1.5 years, and unhappy for most of it. I'd heard him mention another girl, Liza, that he dated for a few months, and was confused about the timeline. It turns out he dated, hooked up with, Liza while he was with Shayla. Multiple times. Once, he even had romance with Liza, then went to his graduation ceremony, and then home, with Shayla. I was disgusted, but tried to hide it. I asked how I could know that he wouldn't do the same to me. He said because he'd always been unhappy with Shayla, but was happy with me. All that tells me is that the minute we have a problem, he could cheat. I probed a little more, and he said he had had romance with other girls while dating Shayla. But that it hadn't entered his head to cheat on me. What also freaks me out is a conversation we'd had a month ago. He had been worried I'd cheat on him, and I said I wouldn't. But you can't know that. He told me. You never know who you'll meet, or what you will do. There's no way you can promise me that. Once again, that freaks me out. Doesn't that just mean that he can't promise that he won't cheat? Basically, I think I should break up with him, because I can already predict how this relationship will end. My friends think that he is awesome, everyone loves him. He's lovable as duck, and that I'm being paranoid and crazy. Too long, didn't read should I break up with this guy? He cheated on his ex multiple times, and that relationship ended in early June. I think I'll be next if I stay. I'd trust your gut on this one. There's a reason you were getting anxious the more he talked about it. Did he seem remorseful when telling you about his previous cheating? He didn't, at all. I asked if he felt guilty when he told me about sleeping with both of them in one day. He said yes, but that Liza had practically forced him to do it. In my opinion, shifting the blame onto her instead of himself. I, 29M, am considering leaving my wife, 30F, because we haven't had romance in 3 years. TL, Doctor haven't had romance in about 3 years. My wife and I met when I was 19. We dated and got married when I was 24. Our romance life was amazing and we'd have romance a lot. Then around 3 years ago we just stopped having romance. My wife didn't want to do anything anymore other than kiss and cuddle. I tried asking her many times what's wrong and she'd insist it was nothing. I pleaded with her to go to therapy with me and she'd say nothing is wrong. She's right, sort of. We don't have financial issues hanging over our heads, we both have good jobs, and outside of the lack of romance she's very affectionate and kind. Which is why I feel like a massive piece of crap. I've never cheated and have no plans to cheat, but I can't go on in a marriage without having romance anymore. It's frustrating. I'm 29 and my own wife hasn't wanted romance in 3 years. The last time I got a blowjob was maybe a little over 2 years ago. 2 of my best friends are trying for babies with their spouses, another is single and living it up, and I'm just here trying to make do with masturbation every now and then. I'm not unattractive and my wife isn't either. We both exercise quite a bit and are in fairly good shape. I really don't know what to do anymore. She'd be devastated to know the thought of divorcing her even crossed my mind, but what more can I do? I hate myself because here I am, seeming like a huge noodle for thinking of divorcing my wife because I'm not getting laid. I really don't see any other options at this point, but if anyone could recommend anything that'd be great. You aren't thinking of divorcing because you aren't getting laid. It's because you have a major problem, it's both of your problem, and she refuses to even acknowledge it's a problem. Maybe she wasn't enjoying it, maybe she's got a physical issue like a medication deleting her romance drive, maybe she's just checked out of the relationship, but if she won't talk there is no way to re-establish the connection. And cutting you off with no explanation is not okay. If it can't be fixed, she needs to let you know that and free you to go find happiness elsewhere. I'd ask her if she would rather meet you in a lawyer or a therapist's office. That is a perfectly valid reason to leave someone. You have wants and needs as well. If you can't get her to help herself, it's time to go. OP has still some cards in his hand before that, Imho.